were used to help justify their cuts, but they are all myths. The number one myth was cutting the sports is in part due to Governor Corbett's announced budget cuts. In fact, these budget cuts happened 7 days prior to when the announcement was made. I can't use it yet. A press release. When Zach met, Peg Kaufman also met with us and said that Connor. And Peg Kaufman said that it had been in the works for at least 1 year. So why wasn't that in the initial press release either? Myth number 2. The Oliver and Lindemann report recommended cutting all 3 programs. This was also false. The report did not recommend cutting all 3 programs. From viewing the report on independent means, administration did not make the reports available to us. The report recommended cutting men's and women's indoor track only, not men's cross-country and outdoor track. Myth number 3. Blue Ribbon Task Force recommended cutting all 3 programs. This was also false. We have an alumnus who was on the board of the Blue Ribbon Task Force who confirmed this. Also, at the Student Senate program. A teammate named Jim Boyer, who stepped up at the Student Senate meeting on February 23rd, was a 4-year SAC member and denied this. He was never once brought up about this. Also, Mike Parker and I are also members of SAC and have never heard of this, as well as Jess Jones, who is the Vice President of SAC.
I'm doing hammer and chocolate. Okay.
You dig? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? So let's mix it up. I feel like an Oreo right now. Stabilizer.
Wait.
Right there. I mean, yeah. Support.
Myth number 5. The administration talked about saving $200,000. The programs they eliminated have the highest net profit of any sports program. So why would they eliminate these? The program's budget may also be half of the number they stated of at most $120,000. This was determined through independent. Also, the lowest. There are other programs.
All the way up to the athletic Jefferson? I don't walk to Jefferson on my own time.
Listed on the website. Now that we have made aware of all of these myths, we want real answers for why these cuts are being made. We have provided not only help provide for other athletic departments as a whole. They stated they were $200,000, so our alumni offered them $300,000, and it gets turned down. These were poor decisions, and we want answers.
was messaging the other one messaged me back. He got into a fight. Really? Like, he didn't have anything to say back to what I said. He's like, well, it's still the base of I'm like, it's soft.
So now that we've heard the myth,
That's it all.
why we are worried about both athletics and other student opportunities that have made decisions here in Millersville, it's really apparent that the administration is not coordinating things correctly at this university, both fiscally and responsibly to the students. Student activities are a huge part of college life and should be a huge part of this university's prioritization. But instead the university is prioritizing toward building buildings and legacies toward themselves as administrators and not trying to keep student activities at the university. We think this is wrong, and we want to know why the administration is doing this to us. Walking backwards is pretty hard, I understand.
I'm gonna say I'll be walking by.
Is there anyone else from another team or program other than Millersville that would like to come up and say a little bit about how they think their program might be in jeopardy? Last night I met some very eminent people in the sports at this station. All of them exercise our cause. They don't understand cut our program. The actual president of the NCAA told me it was preposterous that Millersville used this as a decision as a program. He's not an authority, I don't know who is. Giving us the okay to continue using the megaphone up here near beam surfers since it's on a good level. And so we can have some people from other organizations come up and give us their opinions on the situation at hand. And we can have some testimonials maybe too. Okay.
We're reducing our footprints. We're still taking steps right now, aren't we? We're still footprints. Well, you need to specificate with me, okay? Yeah, specificate.
What is wrong with you?
No, I think it's specificate. Really? Oh, that's real nice.
One of the main purposes for this run, well, it was called the Walk for the Fight, but we were all going to walk with a sign with something that we loved or liked most about Millersville, and then we were going to rip it in half and put it on the stairs so that everybody could experience what it was like to have something ripped away from them. So we would like to do that.
Will not bend much, cannot destroy the legacy and hopefully the future of running at Millersville.
Would anybody like to say anything?
Seem to have their self-interests ahead of ours. The fact that they completely eliminated 3 sports instead of sharing the pain amongst all the others is a little disturbing, because I think it shows what they think of us and think of all of you, that we're apparently expendable. We're not looking to eliminate sports or hurt any sports, but when you have 92 people on a football team, I think there could be some expenses that can be decreased there especially when their performance isn't up to what your performance is. So if the people that are in this building can hear us now, the main person is in Harrisburg, some of the others are in Smack right now, they should know that their decisions are actually affecting lives. While they're cutting programs and taking away opportunities from all of you, they're accepting pay raises of $10,000 in addition to their $220,000 salary. So I think that is something that needs to be brought out. Apparently the cuts are okay for the little people, but for them to pad their pockets, that's okay. Continue the fight. We know for a fact this is making a difference. Every little thing that is done is going to get inside the heads of these people, whether it be notes on the sidewalk, letting people know about the shirts, the wristbands, but getting the word out is going to be of paramount importance, because these people, if they end up not wanting to reverse this decision, their careers at Millersville need to end so that they can stop affecting people like us. Again, thanks for stopping out.
So a couple more things before we hand out the free wristbands that you all came to probably get. And here I was on NBC with Costas tonight, talking to the executive director of the BCS and the NCAA president. They're all very upset that college athletics is taking this route and using things like Title IX to expend teams and to eliminate opportunities for men at colleges all over the United States. The NCAA president told me it makes him sick. And I really hope that the administration will understand from, our future interviews and broadcasts and protests here on campus that we have tried to work with them. We have tried to make them see that this is not the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to use Title IX and budget cuts as a way to eliminate opportunities for students. You're supposed to use creative and innovative solutions to come and meet those goals that you're trying to achieve. Cutting $200,000 could be done through other means, and we came up with creative plans to actually put the university in the black with our own donations and our own proposals. But they refused these. And a lot of the reason for that is because they don't want to look like they made a mistake. Unfortunately, they did, and we're bringing that to the national spotlight. So what I'd like you to all get out of this is that fighting for what's right, even if it doesn't seem like it is working at the moment, or if it has had an impact, you are. I got to meet the NCAA president and the executive director of the BCS and tell them our story. And if that doesn't get me some phone calls and interviews, and Andy some phone calls and interviews, and all of you some phone calls and interviews, I don't know what will. So keep fighting. Fight for what you love, even if it's not cross-country and track and field here, because especially sports and other opportunities at the university are in jeopardy, because the administration is prioritizing against student activities and opportunities. So, okay, so now we have the wristbands. Don't run me over, but we're going to give everybody a free wristband who showed up. So if you want to come up here and grab some. We also have fight shirts if you'd like to purchase one. Most of you are wearing one. Connor, do you want to grab a handful? I don't have to make the choice.
She's here.
Coming out, guys. Get another handful here. Just leave. Yeah, All right, everybody. Who's saying my name? Anybody else need a wristband?
Seal this.
You could probably not. You could give it to Jess though. Jess is my kid's coach.
Okay. All right.
They basically want to be able to leave this, and rather than leave her on steps where it could blow around, he thought he'd be able to drop that off here. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you.
Yep.
Have a nice Easter weekend.
Thanks, you too.